Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. From Houston, Texas, we bring you live SFL Week 6 action. Andy Hamilton along with Gerald Giudice in the booth, Robert Garrett Jr. on stats, and Commissioner Cameron Irvine behind the truck for New Orleans and the Houston Hyenas. The Pharaohs are in town, looking to try and do some damage. Gerald, how you doing?
Doing well, Andy. Thank you for asking. This is an important game for both teams. Both teams are dangerously close to that 5-loss threshold where the playoffs are decided. New Orleans coming off a big win against Jacksonville, but can Houston bounce back after a terrible loss to Baltimore? It's going to be interesting to see tonight. As you can see, both teams are awesome on third down defense.
Yeah, both teams good on the defensive side, just a little lacking in the offensive side, but they will try and get it going here tonight. For those of you who are viewing for the first time, New Orleans is wearing the white uniforms and gold pants. On the Houston side of the ball, they are going to be the home team this evening, and the Hyenas tonight are going to have to receive to start this game. Gerald, between these two teams, lots of star-studded names across the board, which we will get to. But first, it is the Xander Gold and Kentez Johnson show. The two quarterbacks, both coming in the league just 4 seasons ago, will forever be tied to one another, and they look to do damage again. Houston has the ball on the tee. New Orleans lines up to receive it. 11 minutes are on the clock, and we are underway. Return here will come out across the 25-yard line. Arrington will get out to the 28, and that is where we will see Kentez Johnson, that's where we'll see Xander Gold and the New Orleans Pharaohs offense.
Yes, Xander Gold coming in here, leading the SFL in yards thrown with 1,891, 13 touchdowns on the season, but he also has 13 picks.
Will be an important job for the quarterbacks tonight to try and keep it clean. He had 2 touchdowns, 3 picks in the last game, and he'll start this one off with a throw. Out pass there to Reggie Streeter is good for 8, and let's take a look at this offensive unit led by Xander Gold in his 4th season. Reggie Streeter, the new halfback here in New Orleans. Badir Ajlani, Deezer Powell, Ermac Jackson, Yassine Clifton are the receiving threats. And Austin Powers, always the threat to kick it through the uprights. That is the offense for New Orleans, and we'll see here on second down how they attack this 2-yard difference between the line of scrimmage and first down. They will give the Streeter up the middle. No, Streeter stuffed, and we will get a look at this Houston defense who stopped him in his tracks, led by Mike Johnson in his 5th season. You have Chris Joseph, Skylar Kingsley, Rodney Panani, Angel Salinas, Alex Perez, Jacob Clear, Everett Garrison, Brady Clark, Kai Cash, and Ethan Kai, as well as Ismail Sanchez on this defensive side. 3rd and a yard. They give to Streeter, who has the yard and more, out to the 47, and that is where New Orleans will move the chains.
Great pickup for the first down there by Reggie Streeter, bouncing it out to the outside, following his block as well, moves the chains and gets a first down for the Pharaohs, first of the game.
Streeter coming over from London, to New Orleans in this offseason, was a highly touted free agent, and so far this season, mixed results. 3 receivers, top of the screen for Gold. 3-step drop, wants a deep shot, got a deep shot, and that is Deezer Powell all the way down to the 31-yard line. What a catch.
Great catch by Deezer Powell there across the middle. One of Xander Gold's favorite targets. That's his 56th target of the season so far and his 34th catch.
1st and 10 here. 3 backs in the backfield. They will give to Streeter off the left. And no, they are only going to let him get back to the line of scrimmage. Nice tackle there made on the defensive side.
I believe that was Angel Salinas with the tackle there, who had a really good game last week with a pass deflection and 8 tackles.
Salinas, the 3rd-round pick, rookie in this last season's draft. They will line up here, 2 in the backfield on 2nd and 10 from the Houston 31. Short drop, quick out route there is caught on that outside. I believe that is Ajlani. It is out to the 26.
Another rookie Draft pick there for Houston coming up with the stop. Jacob Clare, a first-round pick, the 11th pick overall, with the stop there to make it a 3rd and 5.
6 rookies litter this Houston Hyenas defense. Lots of new, fresh faces, young players getting playing time. Gold, deep drop, fires on the corner route, caught down at the 10, Ajlani, and then a big hit late on the outside by Jacob Clear.
Another great catch by Ajlani there. Knowing he was going to get hit, goes up for the ball at its highest point. They gets the lumber laid on him, but he held on to the ball. Gets him inside the red zone.
Well, you hope when you get the lumber laid on you like that, you don't walk away with a splinter. Luckily, Ajlani gets up all right, and they line up here for 1st and goal from the Houston 10. This drive moving fairly quickly here for New Orleans. Low snap. Here is Gold on the out route there to Deezer Powell. Powell steps out of bounds at the 7. A 3-yard pickup on his 2nd grab of the night.
Nice safe out route there by Deezer Powell. The ball was thrown just a little bit behind him. Couldn't get his shoulders turned upfield to get to the end zone. Brings up a 2nd and goal at the 7.
Xander Gold, 5 for 5 so far tonight, 58 yards, 2 to Ajlani, 2 to Deezer Powell, 1 to Reggie Streeter. 3 wide here, Ermac Jackson, the other receiver. Here is Gold, all slants, looking at the back of the end zone, floated! Toe tap, got it! Ermac Jackson, his first catch is good for 6. What a touchdown grab!
Great concentration there by Ermac Jackson, getting his feet down, getting those tippy toes down in the back of the end zone. That's his first touchdown of the game and his 10th in his SFL career.
And it puts New Orleans up. Long drive results in points, and that is exactly what you wanted if you were a Pharaohs fan. A 9-play, 71-yard drive is capped off with an Ermac Jackson touchdown at the back of the end zone. Was able to get the feet down, and Austin Powers will come on and add the extra point. 7-0 New Orleans on top here, 7:10 to go here in the first. And Gerald, they moved through that defense pretty easily.
I'm very surprised that they went through the defense that easy. Houston's defense is only averaging 245.8 yards a game, which is 6th overall, but they went through them like a hot knife through butter.
Kick is away. Houston will get the return. They will bring this out across their own 20. Spin move, still on his feet, out to the 28. Nice little return there for Houston from Leroy Brown.
Slippery, sliding Leroy Brown, downtown Leroy Brown, with a great return. Gets him in decent starting field position.
1st and 10 from the Houston 28. 7:06 to go, and we'll get our first look at Kentez Johnson, 6'4", 230 in his 4th year as well. 3-2 look out of the New Orleans defense here from the 28. Johnson pressured, has to get rid of it. Underneath throw is caught, and 1st down yardage is given to the receiver, Barry Bergens.
Nice pitch and catch there for Kentez Johnson, getting his confidence up early. He's had a struggling year this year with interceptions.
Definitely one that Houston would like to start turning around here at the midway point following this game. Would still be in a lot of conversations about good teams if they were able to get the win here tonight. Handoff to Warren Murray, and Murray will fall forward for 2, and we'll take a look at the rest of this Houston offense. Johnson leads the way along with Murray in the backfield. Leroy Brown, Duke Wilson, and DR Sim make the receivers. Dax Lewis is the tight end, and the guard, Alistar Johnson, round out this offensive unit for Houston. They will throw on 2nd and 8. Out route there is caught on the outside for 1st down yardage into Pharaohs territory. Duke Wilson with the grab.
Another solid throw by Kentez Johnson to Duke Wilson, like you said, for a 1st down and a move to change.
Wilson had 5 catches for 78 yards last week at Charleston. And this season overall has 33 targets, so definitely a viable weapon to pair with DR Sim along with Leroy Brown and Dax Lewis. New set of downs here for Houston. They give to Murray up the middle. Murray beheaded, and we'll take a look at this New Orleans defense led by Tank Bennett in his 4th season. Chris Leone, Ovaltine Jenkins, Zig Washington, and Ray West make up the defensive line. Bryce Lincoln and Levant Irvine are the 2-star linebackers. Aaron Arrington, Rolliman Hood, and Dante West are the defensive backs. Nelson Lozano Jr. is another outside linebacker, and Shedrick Dynasty is a free safety. 2nd and 7. Johnson has to throw on the run. Tipped and incomplete into double coverage. Was trying to find Dax Lewis.
Dangerous pass there from Kentez Johnson. Was speaking with the coaches earlier. They're believing that Kentez may have a little bit of an injury, lacking arm strength and having balls being underthrown. The reason for his 20 interceptions, as that ball was underthrown right there.
3rd and 7 from the New Orleans 44, outside of field goal range. It will take them a little bit of effort to try and get into it. 4 receivers running the slants. Deep shot, and it's picked off. Coming back the other way for New Orleans. The interception is made there by Rolliman Hood.
Another underthrown ball by Kentez Johnson will result in his 21st interception of the season. With Rolliman Hood, I believe, got the interception. That will be his 4th of the season.
7-0, New Orleans on top. They have the ball back when we return. It's the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports. Back here in Houston, New Orleans has taken over at their own 42 off of an interception. Flip out here to Streeter out of the backfield. Reggie Streeter dogpiled there at the 44, and let's take a look at the last time these two teams met up.
Yes, you see that New Orleans had a 24-12 victory over Houston. Both quarterbacks having a decent day with relatively even amount of passing yards. The most interesting note about this series, the road team is 3-0.
Over a year ago that these two teams met, and incredible that the road team has the lead here, 3-0 in this series. We'll see if New Orleans can stay pat. Gold fires outside. That is caught. Had to adjust to come back and get it. Deezer Powell makes a good catch on the sideline.
Another good pass there by Xander Gold, having 74 yards so far in this opening quarter, throwing the ball all over this Houston Hyena defense.
And has kept it short and, for the most part, pretty safe. Did have the one deep ball, but for the most part, these have been pretty safe throws, and that's important to give your quarterback confidence. Now a deep shot is going to be taken. Gold deep down the field, and it's incomplete. In and out of the hands. The tackle was made there by Ethan Kai to lay the hit.
Ethan Kai is a ball hawk around that defensive secondary. Xander Gold hit as he threw it. That's why the ball was a little bit underthrown, but a great defensive play overall for Houston, setting up this 4th and 3 in a punting situation.
So the Hyenas defense get off the field in front of the home crowd. Houston wearing red, New Orleans wearing white if you're new to the Simulation Football League. 4:11 left in the first. Short return from Brown out to about the 16-yard line. Let's take a look at the flag. That is going to be a clip, and for the most part, that is not what you like to see. It's going to back, or actually it's going to give Houston extra yardage. It's against New Orleans.
Yeah, that clip was against Alistair Johnson. Will give them at least a little bit better field position off of that punt return that was stuffed.
So it'll set up 1st and 10 here for Kentez Johnson to come back out following the interception. And no, excuse me, they're going to punt this one again. They actually backed them up. That's my apologies, folks. Backed him up to the 30-yard line. They are going to kick again and give Leroy Brown another opportunity here to get the return. Punt is away. Brown has significantly better field position on this return and will get out to the 35.
Try to sidestep a couple defenders there. Punt coverage is really good, but they do get a lot better field position than when they started off before the penalty.
Well, and you never know what happens on those returns. Sometimes it's worth the opportunity.
You get a bad snap, you can get a block punt.
Get a good return. You never know. Plenty of options, Gerald, but luckily for New Orleans, nothing happened there. And for Houston, they will line up at their 35, their best starting field position tonight. 2 in the backfield, they give to Murray. Warren Murray falls forward 4-3. Nice tackle there up the middle by Levant Irvine.
Great run there to keep the defense honest there. Warren Murray had 20 carries last week for 93 yards, but no touchdowns in a Baltimore beating of Houston last week, 50-14.
They are holding him in check so far. 3 carries for 8 yards, 2.7 yards per carry. Out of a bunch, Kentez Johnson fires, one-handed grab made. Leroy Brown makes the grab at midfield, and Houston moves the chains.
Downtown Leroy Brown with a beautiful one-handed catch to move the sticks. Great play call there for the shallow cross.
That bunch formation sometimes can give teams fits, and now they are going to line up in a weak-eye Jokers formation. Here is Johnson to throw. Pressured, and he's dropped. Had no one in blocking, and the pressure came immediately from Chris Leone, and he slings him to the turf.
That's Chris Leone's 5th sack of the season. Johnson tried to duck it, but couldn't quite do it, and that's the 14th time that Kentez Johnson's been sacked this season.
Leone swam inside, and it sets Houston up behind the chains, 2nd and 16. 5 wide here. 3 linemen down for New Orleans, 1 linebacker. They will bring the backer on a blitz. Johnson gets rid of it, and it's off the defender. Not able to be caught. Bryce Lincoln there makes the deflection.
Dangerous pass again there from Kentez Johnson, another underthrown ball. He's getting happy feet back there in that pocket. Stepped up, but I really don't think he needed to. So forcing down this 3rd and extremely long situation.
3rd and 16 might be a good move to take the check down and start playing the field position game, especially with how your defense fared on the last drive. Shotgun snap. Johnson fires across the middle. Caught! Rising over the defender, but still just shy of the line to gain. Duke Wilson with a nice grab.
Nice grab, but just short of the first down marker. Bryce Lincoln again with the tackle there. Linebacker on a wide receiver made a great play there to stop him short of the first down.
Lincoln almost looks like he got in the way of Rolliman Hood. They're trying to play some defense, and hold up now. Houston's getting a little aggressive. They're going to keep the offense out here. Good formation. Plenty of room to the top of your screen if they do decide to snap it. Play clock down to 15, 14. They're trying to get New Orleans to jump.
I think this is a good tactic from Houston. I believe they should go for it, being 1-4. You have nothing to lose at this point.
They will take the timeout. Tried to get New Orleans to make a mistake, and they did not. Well disciplined by the Pharaohs, and they will most likely get the ball back.
Yeah, you could probably have taken that chance like later in the game, but Kentez Johnson doesn't seem like he's agreeing with the offensive coordinator too much there, saying that we should have maybe gone for it.
Sector6apparel.com for all league and team apparel, including hoodies, t-shirts, team jerseys, and more. Sector 6, the official apparel provider of the SFL. I tell you what, Gerald, I have some stuff from Sector 6, and boy, is it just quality across the board. And I tell you what else is quality across the board. Almost that downing there. Unfortunately, it rolls into the end zone. We'll step aside, take a short break, and be right back. It's the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports. Back here in Houston, 64 degrees, slightly cloudy with only 54% humidity tonight at Hyena Den Park Stadium. Small winds, only 3 miles per hour, blowing from left to right across your TV screen. Xander Gold will dump out to Reggie Streeter. Streeter plows through one. Reggie Streeter off to the races, and he's off to the 45-yard line. What a move!
Great catch and run by Reggie Streeter, just bowling over the defensive player, smack down with that shoulder to pick up a humongous gain to get Xander Gold almost to 100 yards just inside the half.
What a run. Ran right through one of the Houston defenders, and it sets up New Orleans with really good field position. One move, and it just completely flips the field there, Gerald.
Yes, that's exactly what the New Orleans needed there, to flip the field, to give their defense some time to rest.
3 receivers wide. Gold now in a shotgun. Will take the snap, check it underneath. Spin move. Ooh, Deezer Powell made a couple guys get a little confused there, and he managed to scoop up 4. But in terms of defenders, 2 premier safeties in this game.
You betcha, 2 of the leading tacklers in the league. You see Tank Bennett leading the league for tackles of 68, and Ethan Kai with 37 solo tackles, 43 complete on the year, and had a big 11 tackle game last week against Baltimore.
2 receivers split out. Gold will take a short snap, throw the out route there. It's caught. Turning upfield is Ajlani, and he gets to the 40-yard line before the defender for Houston can drive him out, Alex Perez.
Xander Gold, great presence in the pocket there. Offensive line, beautiful sideline route there by Ajlani, getting the first down, moving the chains. New Orleans offense is looking pretty good so far in the early part of this game.
1st and 10 at the Houston 40. 3 receivers to the bottom of your screen. Reggie Streeter, the lone back there in the backfield. They will give to Streeter off this left-hand side, and Streeter got caught behind one of his linemen and could not get further than just a few feet. Skylar Kingsley was the one who stood the lineman up and created the disruption.
And there's on cue Ethan Kyler with a tackle. Yeah, Streeter got behind his offensive lineman, got a beautiful push there by Skylar Kingsley, like you said, made him jump into the inside for a short gain.
That will take us to the end of the first here in Houston. The hometown Hyenas, 0. New Orleans, 7 and driving. We'll be right back. Welcome back into the booth here in Houston. Andy Hamilton along with Gerald Giudice here for the call of Week 6 action. The Houston Hyenas welcome the New Orleans Pharaohs to town here in the Simulation Football League. 3 receivers split out wide for Xander Gold. Deep drop. Gold gonna take a shot. Gold over the top has got the catch down to the 9. What a grab by Yassine Clifton.
Yassine Clifton gets his 200th reception of his career, and it's a big one deep down the center. Beautiful throw and catch there. Clifton has a long of 93 yards this year, so he can get deep.
Yeah, they are used to hitting Clifton over the top. If you take a look at the catch leaders in yards per catch, Clifton there second behind just Saren Storm of London. So very involved in the deep game is Yassine Clifton. Here on first and goal, they'll go on the out route there. Caught by Ajlani, only good for 5.
Nice quick safe route trying to get the defense napping there on a swing route, but great defensive play there to keep him out of the end zone.
And Houston got beat deep on another pass earlier in the game, which resulted in the first New Orleans touchdown. The Pharaohs trying to capitalize here on the second. 2 receivers, top of your screen. Goal line look out of Houston. Gold to throw. Floater, back in the end zone. Caught! Touchdown, Deezer Powell!
Oh, we got some laundry on the field, though. Let's see what it is.
Gonna be a late hit. That touchdown is going to stand. Deezer Powell in the back of the end zone makes the grab, and New Orleans goes up by 2 scores.
That is that is Deezer Powell's 5th touchdown of the year. Puts him up 13-0 for the all-important extra point. We can't say that these are gimmies anymore after last week.
No, but with a star kicker on your team like Austin Powers, it usually means that the kicker is not the issue if any of these things happen. Currently 13-0 New Orleans. Little bit of a high snap is corralled, and now 14-0 Pharaohs on top. 2 good drives, and both 70-plus yards drives. This one, Gerald, goes for 81.
81 yards and 7 plays, matching the 9-play, 71-yard drive they had in the first quarter. They're moving the ball really well against Houston, throwing the football. Xander Gold's having a heck of a game right now for the first half.
And Houston's defense so far has a lot to work on the sidelines. Return here coming from Leroy Brown out across the 20 to the 24, and that is where Kentez Johnson will lead this offensive unit back out onto the field tonight. 4 for 7 with no touchdowns and the 1 interception so far for Johnson.
Yes, Johnson seems to be struggling a lot this year. Like I said, leading the picks with 20, actually having 21 this year. They need to get the ball into the hands of Warren Murray here and see if they can get some running game going.
2 receivers to the top of the Twins formation. Handoff Murray. Murray cannot get through the first tackle. Just back to the line of scrimmage. Nice job on the New Orleans side of the field.
I believe that was Rollerman Hood there with the tackle. Had 7 tackles last game in their win against Jacksonville.
Hood is playing out of this world so far tonight. The 1 interception, that tackle there has been in the field for another couple tackles tonight. Handoff Murray. Murray with a blocker, but that blocker gets steamrolled, and New Orleans is there in a hurry. They look ready for Warren Murray.
Yes, they do. They seem like they're teeing up on Murray there. Bring up a 3rd down and 10. They can't move the ball. They're having difficulty throwing, running. This might be a long night for Houston.
Well, when your quarterback has thrown 20 interceptions, 21 after tonight, you expect the running back to get involved quite a bit. 3rd and 10 for Johnson. Fires, caught across the middle. That's a first down catch there to the 35, and the crowd gets a little bit involved there.
That's an interesting defensive play call there by New Orleans, dropping back into almost a zone, leaving that middle wide open for an easy pitch and catch first down for Kentez Johnson. Doesn't get any easier than that, Andy.
Barry Bergens with the catch, his 2nd of the game. Had one on the opening drive on a similar play. Twins to the bottom of the formation. They will throw. Going to take a shot in the corner route. Wide open. There he goes. DR Sim out to the 31. Catch and run for the old man. He's still got some juice in the tank.
Unbelievable play call here. Just a defensive miss. How can you let him go that wide open? The Hall of Famer with a beautiful catch and run.
First catch for DR, and it is a big one. It moves Houston all the way down to the 31-yard line. 3 receivers top of the formation, 1 in the backfield. Here is Johnson to throw from the 31. Deep down the middle, caught by DR Sim. Down to the 8, 58 yards, and Gerald, that was a big one for him.
Yes, it is for the Hall of Famer DR Sim. That will put him over the 12,000-yard mark. You heard me correctly, folks. 12,000 yards for DR Sim in his career. Congratulations. Simply the best, as you can see there. Congratulations once again to DR Sim.
The only receiver in Simulation Football League history to go over 12,000 yards. DR Sim is the best receiver in the league. Flip it underneath, incomplete. They were trying to get it to Dax Lewis. There is a penalty, though.
Let's see what the call is. It was a great play call to get that short pass across the middle of the field again. It's like pass interference. That's against Bryce Lincoln. That'll put him first and goal inside the 5, I do believe.
That will indeed pass interference. Not often called, but when it is very obvious, they will throw the hanky. And
Great
it will
chance
set the... Sorry, go ahead, Gerald.
I'm sorry. There's a great chance for Houston inside the 5 to get some points on the board.
Absolutely. Warren Murray looks ready. They'll give it to him off this left side. One man to beat. Warren Murray lowers the head, and he is in. Houston puts that baby in the crib. Finally, a score from the Hyenas as they answer.
Warren Murray with a great run to the outside. He just put his shoulder down. I thought he was going to get stopped around the 1, but he just put his shoulder down and scoring a touchdown. It's his 7th rushing touchdown of the year.
And Houston gets some much-needed life. They spring to action and go 71 yards in 7 plays. And it will set them up here to try and make it a 7-point game. I tell you what, Gerald, with the way that New Orleans was really putting in a few good first drives, I was getting a little nervous about how this game might end up, but Houston in one drive has turned the tide.
That's a humongous drive for Houston right there, bringing the score to 14-7.
We have more football coming your way if you stick with us right here on 11 Sports. Back in Houston, Simulation Football League Week 6 action. Andy Hamilton along with Gerald Giudice, Robert Garrett Jr., and Cameron Irvine are in the truck working on stats and production respectively. Return here for New Orleans after letting up a touchdown will come out to the 29, and that is where we will see Xander Gold tonight. Gold has been nothing short of perfect, Gerald.
Xander Gold with the short passes and then the deep routes, looking very, very sharp in the early going here, showing why he's one of the top quarterbacks in the SFL.
14 of 15, 2 touchdowns, 10.1 yards per attempt for a QBR of 148.5. Not sure if he can keep that up, but we'll see. Gold drops to throw. Out route there is caught, and running out of bounds there on the boundary is Ermac Jackson.
Another catch for Emmett Johnson, his 2nd of the game with a touchdown, but nice crisp, short pass. Gets him to 2nd and 8. Very manageable.
7 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Little bit of a fast-moving game. 4-3 look for the Houston Hyenas defense. Gold stands alone in the gun. They will drop to throw. Gold gonna fire underneath. Tipped up in the air, and it's picked off! Coming back the other way. Houston has a turnover. The interception is made there in the secondary, and it's a big one that will flip the tide. The interception is made for Houston, and they have the ball back. Brady Clark gets the pick.
Brady Clark with his 5th interception of the year. Great defensive play by Houston. That's what they need to get back in this game. Give their offense, who struggles, a short field to try to get this within 4, if not tie the game.
Those tip drills are very important for the secondary members to be able to concentrate on the ball, locate where it is. Brady Clark did an incredible job. Johnson gonna fire underneath. Ooh, what a hit. Knocks the ball loose. Levant Irvine was coming for blood.
And he almost got it. It was a great read there by Levant Irvine to make it a 2nd down and 10. Another short arm pass by Kentez Johnson, though, I do believe.
Those are the type of hits we love to see in the Simulation Football League. Bone breaking action right here on 11 Sports. 3 receivers split out, 2 in the backfield, 4-2 look out of the New Orleans secondary. Johnson pressured, slings one. That one is bobbled and incomplete. Was trying to get it to Duke Wilson, and the deflection was made back there by Dante West.
Dante West with a great defensive play there. Almost got the ball to Duke Wilson there. Bring up a 3rd and long situation. They still might be in field goal range, however.
Could use 5 or 6 yards in order to make it a little more comfortable. Kentez Johnson in the gun. New Orleans looking like they're playing some man. This is going to be an all slants play. Throw is done, and it's caught there. Wow, one-on-one. Leroy Brown makes the play.
Leroy Brown again with another beautiful catch coming across the field. It looked like, if I do believe, yep, came across the field. Great catch of the first down, making one guy miss there and gaining a couple extra yards. That was a huge first down for Houston to keep this clock going and the ball moving.
Brown working right in front of Levant Irvine. Irvine in his 2nd year here in New Orleans. 3 receivers wide for Kentez Johnson, who is under center. 1 in the backfield. 4 down linemen for the Pharaohs. Here's the handoff to Warren Murray off this right-hand side. Murray still plowing those feet. He gets out to the 12-yard line before Tank Bennett can bring him down.
Big first down run there for Warren Murray to get them to 2nd and inches, getting them inside the red zone. Great opportunity here for Houston. They got to capitalize right now.
Plenty of room to the top of the screen for potentially the tight end, Dax Lewis, who could run an out or something. Hand off to Murray, and Murray gets the first down and moves the chains. I guess you can't scoff too much at that, huh, Gerald?
No, better be safe than sorry there. 2nd inches. If you can't get that much with your offensive line, you shouldn't be running the football to begin with. Smart play, safe play to get the first down, and they can actually get another first down before they score.
1st and 10 here from the 11. 5 minutes to go here in the second. And I tell you what, with 8 minutes to go in the second, it was 14-0 New Orleans. Houston has turned this thing around, and in a hurry. Kentez Johnson to sling it. Pressure coming, and he's flipped down. Ovaltine Jenkins brings the heat and bags them up like some groceries.
And then swings for the fences for the home run. Beautiful sack there by the defense. That was a coverage sack. He had nowhere to throw the football, and instead of forcing it, he just ate the sack.
2 backs in the backfield. Twins to the bottom of the screen here. 2nd and 17. Kentez Johnson, pressure coming, is able to evade, throws underneath. What a play! Oh my! Dax Lewis down to the 4. Kentez Johnson, you need to get your magician hat out of the locker room. You just blew my mind.
Unbelievable play there by Kentez Johnson to stay on his feet, avoid the sack, and then to find Dax Lewis to bring up a 3rd and 3. Great offensive play call, great offensive play by Kentez Johnson.
Johnson only has the one sleeve on his left arm, but I would not be a bit surprised if he pulled 10 handkerchiefs out of it on this next play. Handoff Murray. Murray able to be just back to the line of scrimmage before Levant Irvine brings him down. But man, oh man, I can't believe after that last play, they did not give Kentez Johnson the opportunity to finish off that drive.
I was surprised too. I was surprised the inside handoff. Give the hot hand to Kentez Johnson. You should have let the ball in his hands. I understand this taking the easy three, but Kentez is riding high right now.
Kicker is on to put this one through. It is on the way and good. A 4-point differential here after that kick from 20 yards. And well, I tell you what, Gerald, if Rick Northrup was here, he would say that Rick meter is pointing more towards the middle than it was a good 4 minutes ago.
I would agree with that. Little Mo is starting to wear red. So we'll see if New Orleans can stop this momentum that Houston's getting, because it wasn't a close game. Like you said, last 5 minutes, it's changed everything.
Yeah, and they pretty much got the crowd back into it as well. That was one thing that New Orleans had done, was almost take the crowd out of it through the first two drives, and now they are roaring again here in Houston.
Yep, like I said, turnovers in the kicking game are two of the most important things in football, and the big turnover for Houston gets them within 4 points.
Xander Gold back out, 15 of 17, 2 touchdowns, and the 1 interception today. Has hit all of his receivers at least once. Out route there to Deezer Powell, incomplete, right in front of Damon Simeon on the sideline.
A little bit outside, couldn't get the feed in bounds. Brings up a second down. This Houston defense is playing lights out right now. They're feeding off the crowd, feeding off the energy in the stadium. Houston's going to have a pretty good shot here to stop them.
One in the backfield, 2 receivers split out. 4-3 look out of this Houston defense on 2nd and 10. They will throw. Gold going to flip it out to Reggie Streeter. Streeter won't get very far. For those of you who are viewing for the first time, what are you watching? The Simulation Football League is the first controllerless esport allowing you, the viewer, to participate in all the action on the field without a controller in your hands and without having to leave your couch. Visit simulation.football for details on how to get started with the team and in the league. That's right, you can go from couch to field quickly and make an impact. 3rd and 9 for Gold. Pressure coming! Could not get it away, and Fats Johnson hits up the buffet, and Houston has really turned the tide in this one.
Fats Johnson with a great play, almost getting the sack, forcing the quarterback to just throw it away for a punting situation. Houston has come to play. That touchdown started the ball rolling, the interceptions keeping the ball rolling. Momentum clearly on the side of Houston right now.
Yeah, sometimes, I tell you what, sometimes those all-you-can-eat buffets are full of wonderful treats. But here in Houston, they're just full of quarterbacks.
Well, we'll see if Pats can keep eating then.
well, yeah, I guess we will. 1st and 10 here for Kentez Johnson, who comes back out after some trickery on the last drive. If you missed it, you're going to want to check that out later in the replay over on our YouTube page, Simulation FL. 2 in the backfield, 3 receivers split out, 4-2 look out of New Orleans. Here is the handoff to Warren Murray. Murray with room. Murray through 1. And Murray out to the 44, a strong 8-yard carry for Warren Murray.
Yeah, Warren Murray is starting to heat up right now. He started off slow with a couple tackles for loss, but as you saw, he's only averaging 2.7, but his last couple carries have been huge for Houston.
10 carries, 29 yards for Warren Murray. Now an I formation with Dax Lewis on the bottom of the line. They will give to Warren Murray right up the middle, and he is stuffed. Nothing doing there. Ovaltine Jenkins says, do you want some syrup with that pancake? Well, when we return, 2 minutes to go here in the first half, these teams are going back and forth. You don't want to miss this. 3rd and 2 back here in Houston. New Orleans trying to get off the field on defense. Houston trying to really get this momentum back on the Hyenas' side. They have scored 10 unanswered points, trying to add to it here. 3rd and 2. They need to get just out to the 46. And Johnson's going to try and throw for it. Johnson underneath route. Oh, just underthrew Dax Lewis a little bit. And it's incomplete. Looked like the pressure got to Johnson.
It looked like they were not on the same page. It looked like Johnson expected him to go outside more with that route. And the just miscommunicated ball falls to the ground incomplete and forces a 4th and 2.
And New Orleans will send back Aaron Arrington to return. Arrington, a former Houston Hyena. Damon Simeon, the owner of Houston, was excited to face Arrington, but not if anything probably would happen on this return, if I had to fathom a guess. Here is Arrington. Tried a little stop and go and ended up stopping more than he was going.
Got swallowed up there by the Houston Hyena special teams. Xander Gold coming out here to seeing if they could put some points on the board to extend their lead before the half.
14-10, New Orleans on top. Andy Hamilton along with Gerald Giudice in the booth. Week 6 Simulation Football League action. If you're wondering what you've stumbled upon, Simulation Football League. 3 in the backfield. Handoff here to Streeter with blockers. Streeter with a carriage in front of him picks up 7.
Great play call there. They've been throwing the football up and down the field. Caught them napping with the run. Streeter with a big 7-yard run to make it 2nd and 3.
And it is going to set them up at the 28. Streeter just his 5th carry of the night. They have gone to the air way more than the pass. In fact, 4 times as many times. 20 attempts for Xander Gold. Completed 16 of them. Handoff to Streeter. Streeter has the first down here to the 32. But you could argue, Gerald, not the time to be going to the run with under 2 minutes left.
I agree with you there. They should be throwing the football. They've been, like you said, proficient with throwing the football. Except for that tip drill interception, they've been very efficient throwing the football.
Might as well try and sling it here with 53 seconds to go. Handoff Streeter, right side stretches it out. Nothing doing there. Rodney Panani is there.
I'm surprised with the play calls. Like you said before, they're running the football now. They shouldn't. Are they going to be content going into the locker room up 4? I would, with the momentum being on Houston's side, I'd try to throw one deep here to get some points on the board.
Split backs here, 27 seconds, almost have just folded away this drive late here. Here is Gold to throw. Gold dumps it off the middle. Diving attempt. Catch is made there by Deezer Powell to the 44.
Great catch there, but why aren't they using their timeouts?
Handoff. Oh, Streeter! Demolished in the backfield. Fats Johnson's now onto the running backs portion of the buffet. What a hit!
Fats Johnson there with his 126th tackle for loss, I believe. He's 2nd in the SFL in that category for his career. Don't understand why they called the timeout here with 3 seconds to go. If you're going to try a Hail Mary, you should have called timeout a little bit ago and saved some more time. Let's see what happens here. Probably going to be the deep Hail Mary.
126 tackles for loss. If he had 1 pound for it, well, I'll let you guys do the math on that. It's a lot for Fats. 4 wide receivers wide. Gold in the shotgun here. Houston is only going to bring 3. Nope, excuse me. They bring a late blitz. Gold protected well. Hit as he threw. Dropped, and now this ceiling has been blown off of Hyena Den Park.
Great pressure there by Chris Joseph to not let him get that pass off. Houston, momentum all yours, going in only down 4.
Well, tonight's game started with 14 straight points for New Orleans. The first half finished with 10 straight points for Houston. These teams have gone back and forth, very similar in total yardage and nearly identical in time of possession. Gerald, your breakdown of how the first half went.
Well, so far the first half, I believe, surprisingly, New Orleans came out throwing the football against the 6th-ranked passing defense, and then all of a sudden that one tip drill interception Houston made a complete difference and turned this game completely around. It was a tale of two quarters. First quarter was all New Orleans. Second quarter was all Houston to get them within these 4 points. With the struggles that Houston's offense is having to be this close and getting the ball to start the second half, I do believe they are in prime to get their second win of the year.
Xander Gold, 17 of 22 in the first half. Kentez Johnson, 9 of 15. Want to thank Robert Garrett Jr. for being in the stats truck for us. There's a look at the Brady Clark interception, which really, Gerald, kind of turned things around.
Oh, sure did. They got the momentum on their side. They set up this 30-yard field goal by one Stan Bailey. They should have really tried to punch in on that drive. They settled for the 3 points. But as you said, that tip drill interception really made the defense there by Brady Clark. We'll see if they can keep this momentum going here in the third quarter.
Follow the SFL on social media on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and more, all at Simulation FL. That's at Simulation FL. Make sure you catch more content like The Kramer Show, game highlights, and more by also subscribing to our YouTube channel so you don't miss a second of the action when we're not on television. But we are here on television for the second half. Return here coming out, and the spin move gets it out to the 24. Brown will set this Houston offense up. They didn't start with the ball in the first half, so they start with it in the second. Momentum all on their side.
Let's see if Kentez Johnson can keep that magical arm going here. Some first down, some crisp passes. And it looks like they're going to try to give the ball to Murray here.
2 in the backfield. An I formation. 4 down linemen for New Orleans. Going to throw. Swings it out to Murray. Murray will drive a man down. 2! Oh, Warren Murray will not stop laying the pressure.
Great play call there for Houston. It looked like they were going to run. They threw the outside pass to Murray, and Murray just refuses to go down.
It's a big hit here on Levant Irvine, who is a linebacker, not a defensive back. So that's an important play made by Murray to move the chains.
And then he stiff-armed AA Aaron Arrington. So great play call there. Great first down. Great play by Murray.
4 wide, man coverage for Kentez Johnson. Out route is caught there underneath. Spin move will not be able to get away, but the original grab is made by Barry Bergens. He's playing a role tonight.
I believe that is his 3rd catch of the night so far. He used to bring up a second and very manageable. I like the pump fake there by Kentez Johnson to freeze those linebackers to give him some little bit more time to throw.
2 to the top of the formation. Johnson in the shotgun. 4 down linemen for New Orleans. Johnson, high snap, gonna throw. Out route here is caught, turning up field. Oh, they said he stepped out well short of the line. That might be worth a challenge there as Brad Wiggins goes out of bounds. The question's only where.
Oh, they're saying he was just short of the line of gain. They need 3rd and 1. I thought he made the first down, but they're not going to challenge it.
Well, if they pick it up here, there's no problem. If they don't pick it up, they might have to look back at this as one of those calls that is going to haunt them for the rest of the game. 2 to the top of the screen, give to Murray. Murray stretches it out, has the first down and more. Warren Murray down across the 30, and he is into New Orleans territory at the 23. Forget 1 yard, he has a whole bunch of them.
Warren Murray saying, boys, jump on my back. We're heading downtown. Another shoulder-dropping, crunching blow. They're not delivering the first hit. He's saying, okay, boys, we're going here. We're going downtown. We're going to score. He's playing like a man possessed right now.
Warren Murray looks like a Mack truck coming through an intersection, and New Orleans is currently all driving smart cars, and things might not end well at the end of this drive if Houston can keep this going. 2 in the backfield, tight end flex out to the bottom of your screen. 4-3 look out of New Orleans. Hand off Murray. Murray through 2. Murray, one man to beat. He cannot get through the arm tackle of New Orleans' Tank Bennett. The leading tackler in the SFL is able to bring him down.
Leading tackle of the SFL just saved the go-ahead touchdown for New Orleans as Murray again lowers his shoulders, just barrel through. And I'd love to know how many yards he has after contact. It's got to be probably 80% of his yards right now. But here we go. First and goal inside the 10.
Twins, bottom of the screen, 2 in the backfield, 4-3 look out of New Orleans. Johnson under center. Kentez Johnson to throw. Will dump it out to the fullback off this right-hand side, and Levant Irvine read that incredibly well, was there in a hurry and tackled Mike Allen at the 9.
Nice read there by Levant Irvine. As you said, had 7 tackles for loss coming into this game. Just add another one to that stat sheet.
3 in the backfield. DR Sim, the lone man, to the bottom of the screen. Johnson is under center. He will fake a little underneath throw, throws it out to DR Sim, and it's incomplete. Coverage on the outside by Arrington was good. I mean, that out there, though, Gerald, a Hall of Fame bout between DR Sim and Aaron Arrington right there.
You guys are combined 19 years experience here in the SFL. That was just veteran on veteran, one-on-one. Arrington won that battle.
And it will set them up here for a 3rd and goal. They will line up from the 9. Here is Johnson on a 7-step drop. Stands in the pocket, has to move, evades one, rolls in the pocket, throws off his back foot, and it's incomplete. Had to get rid of it and tried to fit it in. Could not quite get it there.
Beautiful pocket presence there by Kentez Johnson. Again, avoiding pressure and avoiding the sack. And made to me, I think it's a smart decision, just throwing the ball to the fans there in the back of the end zone, making sure they get the 3 points to cut it within 1.
And that will set them up here to try and add the field goal with 8:03 left to go in the 3rd. And I don't know if anyone in the Simulation Football League is up for Dancing with the Stars, but Kentez Johnson would be my first ballot selection as that field goal is up and good. 14-13. Houston continues their run, 13-0 in the last 2 quarters of action. We'll be right back to Houston. Back here in Houston, Hyenas drive down the field, add 3 points. It was a 14-0 run for New Orleans, now a 13-0 run for Houston, and with 8 minutes to go in the 3rd, 1 point separates these 2 teams. Return here for Arrington, out across the 25, fumbles the ball! Ball's on the ground, who's got it? I believe Houston does!
Let's see who has the football. Number 92 there for Houston. I believe that might have been Michael.
Arrington turns the ball back over.
I believe that was Micah Wilson there with the recovery. Number 92. And this is a humongous turnover for New Orleans. Puts them right in field goal range already. Can Kentez Johnson put the Hyenas in the end zone?
Hometown Houston Hyenas trying to strike quick and fast. 4 wide here. Johnson in the shotgun. Kentez Johnson to throw. Stands in the pocket. Floats one backside. Nearly picked off. Would have been going the other way. Dante West was trying to take it west.
He would have taken it to the house for a pick 6. Another one of those underthrown balls by Kentez Johnson. Kentez Johnson might be just a little bit too pumped up right now. needs to settle down, get himself back under control, and get this team safely down the field.
The adrenaline must be just coursing through these Hyena veins as they have an opportunity to take the lead on this drive. Handoff Warren Murray. Murray through one. Murray flattened. Looked like he ran out of some of his charge as it was transferred over, and Bryce Lincoln was trying to make up for some of his teammates who got yeeted on drives in the past.
Bryce Nelson cleaning up after he ran into, I believe, his offensive lineman, or number 99, Ray West, but ends up a 3rd and 11.
4 receivers wide here. Johnson stands at the 35, in the shotgun. Fires. Quarter route caught. First down. Houston down to the 15. What a route and catch there by Barry Bergens.
Barry Bergens, and a 6 foot, 200-pound wide receiver, unheralded come into this game, but has become Kentez Johnson's favorite target right now. Big 3rd down catch to keep the chains moving.
They should call him Barry Bargains with all the cash they're saving by having a star like him on their roster for little to no salary cap. 3 receivers wide here for Kentez Johnson. New Orleans looks like they're ready to play some bump at the 15. And Johnson fires, middle, caught! First down to the 1. What a grab by Ajlani.
That's a great play there by Duke Wilson, I believe. That was on that reception. Great pocket presence for Kentez Johnson, staying in the pocket. Great offensive blocking. Unbelievable catch to get him to the 1. Can they punch it in?
Excuse me on the last play. 2 in the backfield. Johnson has Murray as the back. They will give it to him. Murray off the left. Murray smash. Murray scored. Touchdown, Houston. They take the lead.
Great play call there. Just give it to Murray. Have him bust right up the center of the gut. Again, the turnover proved costly for New Orleans. As you see Murray just get the ball, just duck his shoulder in. There was no chance of New Orleans tackling him. He sniffed that end zone. He punched it in, gives them the 19-14 lead with the extra point pending.
And a 19-0 run. The extra point would potentially make it a 20-0 run. This Houston offense has looked just about as close to lighter fluid as you've been able to see since the second quarter started. Extra point up and good, 20-14, a 6-point lead for Houston. Don't touch your TV. You're going to want to see the end of this one. Back here in Houston, Hyena Den Park, the Hyenas go 5 plays, 29 yards off the Aaron Arrington fumble and take the lead by 6. 6:18 to go in the third. Return here is coming for Arrington. He holds on to this one out to the 29.
Yeah, as soon as he got involved in the tackles, you saw both arms were over that football, protecting it, knowing that their team now was down 6. Can Xander Gold in the offense put some plays together like they did in the first quarter, where they looked unbeatable, but now find themselves down by 6.
They'll set them up here from their own 29, 1st and 10. Give to Reggie Streeter, and he is stuffed.
Again, nowhere to run for Reggie Streeter, only averaging 1.8 yards a carry. They need to get back to Xander Gold throwing that football if they want any chance. They need to quiet this. They need to quiet this Houston crowd. They need to get momentum wearing gold, or this game could very well be over.
2nd and 10 from the 29. Gold still really good on the stat line. They give to Streeter, who gets another yard. It'll set him up for 3rd and 9. Angel Salinas was there.
Another great tackle for Angel Salinas there. The third round pick for them, number 46 overall, laying up a 3rd and 9 situation for New Orleans.
This Houston defense is rallying, trying to make a stop here. 3rd and 9. They need to get to the 40 in order to move the chains. 5:16 to go here in the third. Gold alone in the shotgun to throw. Gold going to take a deep shot down the middle. Tipped up, nearly picked off. It's just going to fall incomplete.
Luckily for them, it falls incomplete on that tip drill again as he was looking for Deezer Powell. For Houston right now, 10 of their 20 points are coming off of New Orleans turnovers. That could have been another big one right there, but they're forcing him to punt.
They've only ran 3 plays in this third quarter. Houston got the kickoff to start here the second half. Then on the return after that, Arrington fumbled. Houston took that in and scored. And it's a 20-0 run for the hometown Hyenas. Kick is away, and Leroy Brown will bring the return out to the 32-yard line, and that is where Kentez Johnson will bring this offensive unit back out. Johnson now 15 of 24 for 190 yards.
That offense is humming on all cylinders right now. Kentez Johnson being safe with the football. Warren Murray running like a man possessed. Houston has all the momentum, as you said, and this New Orleans defense must be tired.
5 minutes to go here in the third. Johnson in the shotgun will throw. Fires it out to Murray, and he is out of bounds. Actually going to lose a yard there as we look at the quarterback comparison.
You see a decent game right now for Kentez Johnson with only the 1 interception. Playing really well, playing safe. Even though that was a short pass there with Murray going for only for a loss of 1, leaving 2nd and 11.
1 in the backfield. Twins to the bottom of the formation. DR Sim is the furthest receiver down. They will throw. Johnson going to fire on the corner route. Incomplete. Was trying to find Duke Wilson there for his 3rd catch of the game. It's his 5th target, but he can't haul that one in.
That's another pass deflection there for Wallaman Hood, who's been a pretty decent player for New Orleans tonight, bringing up this 3rd and 11. Just be safe with the football here, Kentez. Just play it safe.
That will set them up 3rd and 11. Warren Murray sidecar right on third down. They will throw. Picked off by New Orleans. They were trying to fire it to Sim, and Aaron Arrington makes the play, and what a time at midfield.
Bad read there by Kentez Johnson trying to get the ball to the Hall of Famer DR Sim. It was just read perfectly by AA Aaron Arrington with his, I believe, his 43rd career interception, and puts the ball back in New Orleans' hands. Big interception.
Arrington not in the Hall of Fame yet, but his numbers and resume would say that eventually he's definitely going to be in the conversation, and I'm sure a lot of players and owners think that one day he will be there. We'll let you discuss in the chat what you think of that. Gold will check it down to Reggie Streeter. Streeter will get through the first guy and get out to the 48.
Angel Salinas again with Rondi Punani on the tackle. They're for just a short gain of 2. That's what the Pharaohs need. They need to get the ball in the air. They need to trust Xander Gold to get them down the field.
2nd and 8 at the Houston 48. 4:10 to go here in the third. Handoff to Reggie Streeter, who lays the hit, and he will get 2 more yards out to the 46, but one guy went flying off the pile.
Fats Johnson there with the tackle, bringing up a 3rd and 6. Surprisingly, New Orleans not running the football. Houston's been giving up 120.2 yards rushing a game, but they're keeping Streeter in check.
3 receivers wide, I formation, 3rd and 6. They need to get to the 40. Handoff here to Streeter. Streeter leans and gets the first down to the 40, just barely getting it. What a risky play call.
Risky play call, but a tough run by Reggie Streeter. Both running backs in this game showing how tough and gritty they are with some tough yards. But a questionable play call with a great player makes the first down.
Handoff to Reggie Streeter off this right side with room. Streeter, a 9-yard carry. Coming into that carry, he was averaging 2 yards per run, Gerald. So incredible that they were willing to give him the ball on that third down.
I believe that was a commentator's curse there that I just put on Houston's defense. I said they've kept Streeter in check. Next thing you know, a run for 6 and a first down. Another big run for almost 10 puts him second in inches.
From the 30-yard line, one in the backfield. Gold is under center. 4-3 look out of Houston. They will give to Streeter right up the middle. Has the first down yardage to the 28.
Big hole there by the offensive line for Streeter to get that first down. And I think they're running the football here to give their defense a chance to catch their breath for being on the field for the majority of the second and the majority of this third quarter as well.
From the Houston 28, 3 receivers wide, I formation for Gold, 7-step drop, protected well, fires near the end zone, tipped up and incomplete. The defensive deflection was made there on the outside by Ethan Kai.
Ethan Kai looking sharp there, keeping the ball from Jackson in the end zone. Ethan Kai having a good game like he had last week against Baltimore with 11 tackles.
Well, they got Ethan Kai at strong safety, and then they have Kai Cash. So 2 Kais at safety. One of them makes the play, and it'll bring up this 2nd and 10 at the Houston 28. Hand off up the middle, Reggie Streeter. Streeter through the first wave of tacklers makes it 3rd and 4.
Another good run play there by Streeter up there to get them within 3rd and manageable, leaves the playbook wide open for them. So I guess if they have Ethan Kai and Kai Cash, I guess you could say the defense is putting the Kai Bosch on New Orleans.
Oh my gosh. 3rd and we're just not going to comment on that. 3rd and 4 at the 22. Gold going to fire that one in and out of the hands of the receiver. They were trying to fit it in there to the wide receiver, Ermac Jackson, and could not make it happen.
Looks like Jacob cleared that first-round pick, paying dividends for Houston right now, breaking up that pass play to have them settle for a field goal.
4th and 4, so they will try and draw within 3. It is a 6-point ball game, so a field goal does do them some good here, and they will send out Austin Powers.
Looks like it's going to be a 38-yard attempt here.
And we will see exactly what Powers can do. A little bit of a high snap. Kick is on the way from 38, and that one is good. The first New Orleans points since the first quarter of action come with 1:38 to go in the 3rd.
Important points there for New Orleans. Like you said, 20 unanswered for Houston. They finally get some points on the board.
We'll step aside and be right back from Houston. It's the Simulation Football League on 11. Back here in Houston, Week 6 Simulation Football League action. SimulationFL.net if you'd like to join us. Return for Brown is out across the 20 to the 25. And that is where this Houston drive will start out. The last drive ended by AA, the enforcer, Aaron Arrington, his 43rd career pick.
Yes, double A for all your wrestling fans. Used to be Aaron Anderson. Not anymore. It's Aaron Arrington with his 43rd career interception, bringing the Pharaohs within 3.
And Houston ends their scoring run. They had a 20-0 run, now 20-3. Handoff Warren Murray. Murray! Oh my, continues to lay the hit. Talk about a premier power back.
Rollerman Hood's uniform is going to be black from the helmet of one. Warren Murray gets run over there for a gain of 3.
Man, New Orleans is going to have to get a sponsorship with Tide or Bounty in order to make up for all of the laundry they're going to have to do with all those black marks all over them. Here is a give to Murray. Murray through the first tackler as usual. Murray with blockers. Murray down the sideline. He's in a foot race and he's out to the 44. What a run from Warren Murray.
It looked like that play was going to get stopped in the backfield, but Warren Murray is just a man possessed, as I said before. Beats the tackle right there from Nelson Lazario Jr. and just continues his torrid pace.
Last week, Warren Murray had 20 carries for 93 yards. Tonight, Warren Murray, 17 carries, 106 yards, and 2 scores. Here's the give to Murray. Oh, he's cut down in the backfield that time. Nice play by Bryce Lincoln.
Bryce Lincoln there doing the shimmy shake, finally being able to stop Mr. Murray without getting the second hit. One hit, one tackle. Bryce Lincoln.
2 receivers, top of the screen. I formation here. Murray dots the I. 4-3 look out of New Orleans. They will throw. Dumps it out to Murray on this left side, and Lamont Irvine cuts Warren Murray down at the 43. Zeros on the clock in the third. 20 points for Houston, 17 for New Orleans. 3-point difference in this shootout in Texas. We'll be right back. (20-17) here in Houston, Texas. The hometown Hyenas on top and trying to keep this drive alive outside of field goal range. 4s are up in the FTF Next chat. We're ready to go. Johnson to sling it. Johnson tries to fire over the top, and it's picked off. Return coming here. The interception is made for the New Orleans Pharaohs, turning this game on its head. It's Shedrick Dynasty.
The Week 4 signee rookie comes up with a humongous play on another tip drill interception, giving the ball back to New Orleans, giving that New Orleans team life.
Dynasty trying to do just that for an SFL franchise, entered into the potentially the draft here upcoming, the next season's rookie draft. And after this play, we'll tell you how you can get your spot in the rookie draft. Shotgun look here for Gold to fire it. Gold pressured, has to sling it off his back foot. Caught by Streeter, by Jackson, he'll lose a yard. If you're new to the SFL or watching for the first time, get your spot in the SFL Minor League, SFLM, today to hashtag claim your spot and begin your SFL career. Subscriptions are going fast, and the inaugural kickoff begins this April. First Pro subscribers get first priority on choosing their position, so don't delay your career for another second. We want you to make an impact, and making an impact there with a pick, coming back the other way. It's a big play for Houston right at the right time. They're giving the ball back and forth. Ethan Kai flips the field.
There's that kibosh from the Houston defense. Ethan Kai just read Gold's eyes right there, and just beautiful pick. You saw that camera angle right there. Beautiful vision there from the truck. Puts Houston in prime position to maybe salt this game away.
Well, we saw Xander Gold get upset, and Ethan said, "Kai me a river." He picked that one off and brought it back to the 27-yard line, and Houston has the ball right back. Shotgun look here for Johnson. 3 wide for Kentez to sling it. He's going to check it down to Murray on this outside. Oh, Murray crushed underneath by Ralleman Hood. And let's take a look at the offensive yards per game for Houston.
Houston's been slowly declining, as you can see, from 377 to 320.4, which is next to last in the league. But right now, they're currently at about 290 yards. So they're right at where they're supposed to be.
Still 9 minutes and counting to go. Johnson will move and try and float one. Oh, nearly gave it right back to New Orleans. Bryce Lincoln West could not wrap the paws around it.
Trying to go to Barry Bergens right there. Now it's going to bring up a 3rd and long situation. Another short pass by Kentez. He's got to watch that.
That will set them up here for 3rd and 14. Bunch to the bottom of the formation. 1 in the backfield. 3-2 look out of the New Orleans Pharaohs. Here is Johnson. Going to take a 7-step drop. Protected well. Slings one to this near side. Picked by New Orleans. They take it right back. Tank Bennett
with a humongous interception to stop Houston's drive. But really, that really wasn't a bad interception if you're going to throw one, because it was almost like a punt, and it puts them inside the 10. Their defense is playing great, so let's see if Houston can either get the ball back or hold them to a 3-and-out.
50-50 ball, and Bennett comes down with it, and they will be under center here with Streeter in the backfield. Gold going to dump it out to Streeter, who has to spin to get it, and Streeter gets a yard.
They're lucky they got anything on that play. Gold was under pressure immediately and just got the ball out before he gets sacked. Streeter with a one-handed catch behind the back only gains 2 yards, but it's a big 2 yards instead of being sacked inside the 5.
Thanks to Robert Garrett Jr. for doing our stats. That is the 3rd drive in a row in this game that has ended in an interception. So we will see how this drive will end and see if the streak continues. 2 in the backfield here. They give to Streeter up the middle. Streeter is ridden down by Brady Clark Jr. at the 14.
Brady Clark, a 5th-year player, his first season with Houston, had a humongous game last week against Baltimore with 13 tackles, 9 of those tackles being solo. Brings up a big 3rd down.
3 receivers split out. Gold in the shotgun. Reggie Streeter's sidecar left. They need to get out to the 19 to move the chains. 4 down linemen for Houston. They only bring 4. Gold going to take a shot on a corner route. Caught down to the 32. Nice catch there by Badir Ajlani. He's been quiet since the opening quarter.
Well, they haven't been throwing a lot to him since the opening quarter, but there's a big catch right there. He had a big game last week. He had 2 catches on 3 targets for 82 yards and a score. Big first down by Xander Gold in that offense.
Working on the outside on the rookie, Jacob Clear. Clear in his 6th game as a Simulation Football League player. Still kind of trying to get his feet under him here with 8.5 to go here in the 4th. Gold shotgun snap, going to throw underneath. That is caught and ran out of bounds. Deezer Powell stopped before colliding into the bench.
Nice safe out route there by Deezer Powell. Get them 2nd and 5. Opens up the playbook. I think you're going to see a lot more throwing now from New Orleans. They kind of got away from that after the first quarter, but now they seem to be getting back on track.
3 wide receivers, top of the formation here on 2nd and 5. Gold gonna sling one, wants the deep ball, and that's picked off again. Ethan Kai says, "Kai me a river" one more time, and he's down to the 32, his 2nd of the day.
Another big pick by Ethan Kai. Just watching Xander Goldseyes dropping back in coverage. He just dropping back, just watching where he's going with the football. Ball might have been a little bit overthrown, but Ethan Kai right there, the playmaker on this defense, brings the ball back to the 30, puts them in great field position. We'll see what Kentez Johnson can do with those magic feet.
To keep up with how your player and team are doing this season, visit simulationfl.net for standings, leaderboard, and sortable team stats. The rookie big board is there too, tracking the next superstars in the SFL. And speaking of superstars, I think Ethan Kai is getting there. Pump fake by Johnson, and that throw is deflected. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Nothing doing there. There's the pro, Aaron Arrington, double A, reading his eyes and making the pass deflection there to force a 2nd down.
And lucky that Arrington did not get underneath that one, because he probably would have been gone.
That definitely been a pick 6 for sure with that wide pass.
2nd and 10. They will give to Murray off the left side with plenty of room. Murray plows through one. Warren Murray all the way down to the New Orleans 14-yard line. What a carry.
Bringing it again. Warren Murray just overpowering the New Orleans Pharaohs defense. As you see, Dante West just gets run over again before he's brought down by the SFL's leading tackler, Tank Bennett. But it's a huge first down, puts him definitely in field goal territory and possibly a chance to punch it in.
2 backs in the backfield, 1 receiver to the top of the screen, 4-3 look out of the New Orleans Pharaohs. They give to Murray off this left side. Murray ridden down on that outside. Nice job there by Chris Leone.
Chris Leone there with a tackle for a loss. He had 4 tackles for a loss coming into this game tonight. Big play there by the New Orleans Pharaohs to get them to 2nd and 12.
They will throw this time out to Murray on a little bit of a swing on 2nd and 12. Gets about 4.
A nice play call there, trying to have Murray just get the ball out in the backfield and try to have Murray break a tackle like he's been doing. But Dante West said, "You're not getting past me this time." Brings up 3rd and 8.
3rd and 8 from the 13. A passing down. They can get a first down if they get to the 3 or closer. Here is Kentez Johnson. Pressure coming. Cannot evade. Kentez Johnson goes down. New Orleans brought the heat. And Ray West is there for the sack.
Beautiful pass rush there by West. Kentez had no shot of getting rid of that ball, and he just tucked it away. Get the sure 3. Get that clock running down to make New Orleans go the length of the field to get the lead.
Field goal kicker is on. Under 6 minutes here to go. Snap is good. Hold down. Kick on the way and push through from 34. It is 23-17. Houston pushes their lead back to 6.
That's a huge field goal there for Houston. They didn't get the touchdown like they wanted, but they got some extra points to give them a little bit of a cushion.
When we return, the end of this wild shootout. You don't want to go anywhere. Stick with us on 11 Sports. Andy Hamilton along with Gerald Giudice back here in Houston, Texas. The Hyenas have rallied back. They were down 14. They went on a 20-14 run. They let up 3. They have responded with 3. And it's 23-17 here at Hyena Den Park. New Orleans takes back over with 5:47. Gerald, we've been back and forth, and you just got to imagine this thing's going to end in a little bit of some craziness.
We're seeing a defense that got torched last week for 50, playing lights out. We see an offense that usually is high-powered struggling. It's going to be interesting here in the last 5 minutes and 47 seconds of this game.
They will start from their own 28. Xander Gold pressured, cannot evade the second man. Houston brought heat, and Chris Joseph gets a sack.
Chris Joseph gets a humongous sack after evading the sack by Fats Johnson. He got past one, didn't get past the second. Sets up a second down and long.
And that'll bring up 2nd and 14. Shotgun for Gold, 4 down linemen for Houston. They just brought pressure with it and was able to get to Gold. Gold will change the play at the line. High snap, gonna throw. Out route there is caught, and Deezer Powell gets down to the 31. That's a nice little play to make this 3rd down more manageable.
And I agree with you there, Andy. Nice third, make it a 3rd and 7. That ball would have been a little bit more to the inside. I think he could have turned his shoulders up a little bit faster instead of going out of bounds. But like you said, 3rd and really manageable, getting half of the yardage that they needed.
Here we go, 3rd and 7. Gold in the shotgun. You're going to want to buckle your seatbelt for this one with just over 5 to play. Here is Gold, going to throw on the run off his back foot. Picked by Houston. Houston, we don't have a problem just yet. Everett Garrison gets the ball back for the Hyenas.
With his 6th interception of the season. Big play there, just taking away from Deezer Powell. Big play for Houston. Now if they can see a big dose of Warren Murray here to run this clock out, maybe get in a field goal range and salt this game away.
Unfortunately for Houston, they have Johnson under center, who has thrown some interceptions. You're going to want to stick with us no matter what happens here after that Murray 1-yard carry, because next, Baltimore and Charleston do battle right here on 11.
Baltimore looking to keep up their winning ways after they beat this Houston Hyenas team last week 50-14.
That call is Mike Daggs and Matt Wilson right after this game, the last game of Week 6. Handoff here to Murray. Murray will get a yard. It'll be 3rd and 9.
Big tackle there by Levant Irvine. 9 tackles, as you see. 1 for a loss. Brings up a big 3rd down here for the New Orleans offense. The New Orleans defense, Houston's offense.
Dwayne Schindler says in the chat, a field goal could seal this for the Hyenas. Indeed, it could, but they are facing 3rd and 9 outside of field goal range, still actually on their side of the field at the 49. Johnson in the shotgun, 3 down linemen for New Orleans. They are playing some bump coverage. Johnson pressured. He goes down. New Orleans brought the heat and got to him, and I believe that play is made by Ovaltine Jenkins.
Ovaltine Jenkins with his 2nd sack of the game. Again, swings for the fences. Smart play by Kentez Johnson not to force that ball into double or even triple coverage. Get the clock running, cut them deep, let your defense, who's playing lights out, take this game over.
Interception after interception, and now a punt coming from one of these teams, and New Orleans gets the ball back with just over 3 minutes to play. Arrington will try and bring out the return. Arrington crushed.
And that is, on that tackle was the strong safety, Kai Cash. 3rd round, number 57th pick overall for Houston, with laying the lumber on Arrington and keeping him inside the 20.
1st and 10 at the 19. 3:06 to go here in the 4th. Xander Gold in the shotgun. 3-2 look out of Houston. Gold trying to throw, slings one, caught across the middle. Ermac Jackson to the 29.
Hurry up offense here for Houston, for New Orleans, trying to catch Houston in a different set here.
Gonna throw again. Yassine Clifton with the catch outside and out of bounds. Nice play there.
It was a great play call to go to the hurry up, catching Houston with a really inopportune defense for the time for them, getting the mismatches to get Clifton wide open on the little cross pattern, get out of bounds, and keep the ball going.
New set of downs here for New Orleans. 4 receivers wide, Gold alone in the shotgun. 3-2 look out of Houston. Here is Gold to throw. Slings one deep right side, and that one is incomplete. He was trying to test the rookie Jacob Clear, and Ajlani could not come down with it.
Great play there by the rookies. They were going deep up the seam, trying to get the big play. Nice play call there, trying to beat him deep, try to catch him napping, but Jacob Clear was on the ball.
Same formation, 3 receivers in a bunch to the top. Clifton on the line to the top, and 1 receiver down here to the bottom. Gold in the gun will throw. Xander Gold, pressure coming, has to get rid of it. Fires near side. That one is caught at midfield. Deezer Powell dragged the foot, and I wouldn't imagine that we wouldn't take a look at this.
Great catch there by Deezer Powell. Just a quick stop out route. And
It's close.
Close. That's close. If I was using what you have nothing to lose, you still have all 3 of your timeouts. I would challenge it, and that's what they're
There it
doing.
is. They have 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning, and Damon Simeon is going to waste no time in throwing the flag there, and I think it's a worthy challenge.
I think it's a great challenge. Let's see if we can get a different replay of where that foot was. I'm not sure he came down with that. It was really, really close.
Let's look at our camera angle here.
Oh.
Ooh, close, very close. And we will see what Stripes has to say.
After review, the pass has been ruled incomplete.
And incomplete. Damon Simeon wins his challenge. Houston keeps their timeout. New Orleans is facing a 3rd and long.
Big challenge. Great call by Damon Simeon to challenge that spot of the football. Makes up a 3rd and 10. Let's see if their defense can listen to the crowd and come up with a stop.
5 receivers wide here. Gold in the shotgun. 2 to the bottom of the screen. Tight end on the top side of the line. Oh, excuse me, no tight end. Here is Gold. Pressure coming. Has to unload down the middle of the field. Incomplete. And Gerald, now the question as Brady Clark makes the play, do you dare go for it here on 4th down?
At the 35-yard line, you're on the 35, I would punt the football here. You have Warren Murray for Houston running all over the place. All they need to do is get a 1st down and then be in field goal range. I think the punting here with Gordon Grassmanis is a smart call.
I agree with you there. Still 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning for New Orleans. They just need 1 stop. Punt is away here. A 6-point ball game still in Houston, Texas. Return from Brown out to the 31, and with 2:28, that is where New Orleans defense will step out onto the field. It was Levon Irvine and company stopping Murray on the last couple runs.
And also with punting the football, you're putting the football in the hands of Kentez Johnson, who's having a decent game, but having leading the league in interceptions, he might not be as safe with the football as he should be.
4-4 defense here out of New Orleans. They've walked the strong safety up. Here is the handoff to Murray, and Murray gets stopped dead in his tracks right at the line of scrimmage. And that, most likely, Gerald, will take us to the 2-minute warning. Levon Irvine celebrates the stop.
Oh, yeah, celebrate the stop, but the clock continues to run. If I was New Orleans, I probably would have taken a timeout here to have a 4th timeout with a 2-minute warning, but it looks like they're going to just let the clock run down to the 2-minute warning.
And Houston will let this one run. Still a 6-point ball game in Houston, Texas. We got a shootout. DM your friends. Call your mom. We need everyone here on 11 Sports. Back here in Houston, 120 seconds to play. 6 points separate these two teams, and an undoubtedly crazy finish is on the way. 2nd and 10 they give to Murray, and Murray is stood up and dropped. Right in there was Tank Bennett, and immediately a timeout from New Orleans.
I think it's just going to be the safe play call right here, just to give it to Murray. Don't let Kentez Johnson make the crucial mistake here. Deep in your own territory, not deep in your territory, but in your own half of the field. I think you're going to see him run the football one more time and make him waste their timeouts.
And they're going to start in the shotgun. Not many runs in the shotgun. Bump out of New Orleans. Let's see how this plays out. Johnson is in the gun. He will throw. Pumps once, fires across the middle, and that one's caught! Somehow threaded the needle out to midfield. A timeout from New Orleans, but Leroy Brown, what a catch!
Downtown, Leroy Brown with a great catch, but what a pass through 4 New Orleans Pharaohs and somehow completes it. Big first down. That could almost be running out the clock with another first down here. Great play call. Great pass by Kentez Johnson with the pump fake.
Another first down would easily put this thing away. New Orleans still has one timeout. Give here to Murray. Murray threw one. Oh, Murray decleated by Levant Irvine. Wow, that was a hit-for-hit play.
Beautiful run, but a great hit. Trying to jar that ball loose. Forces New Orleans to use their last timeout. $1:49 to go. A first down here will ice the game for Houston. Let's see what play call they run here.
They are going to bring out the victory formation to take a knee, and if I'm doing my math correctly here, Gerald, if they take 2 knees, they're going to have to punt.
Yeah, I'm surprised that they've gone to the victory formation already, but if they do that, they're not going to leave a whole lot of time left, and they're just going to hope not for a blocked punt here. They're coming up to the line awful quick, though.
Yeah, still 19 seconds on the game clock. Better not snap this before it's down. I mean, Kentez is doing a good job of letting it wind, but still, I'm with you. Wouldn't want to make those big linemen stand in their stance for too long. Now down to 3, 2, and they will take a knee with 1:09, and they are going to have to punt this a one away. New Orleans is going to get a chance.
New Orleans is going to get a chance, but with no timeouts. And if the punt, they're looking to pin him deep, I think, and make him go probably 80, 85, 90, maybe even 95 yards to get the go-ahead, get the tying score with the extra point being the winning. I think it's going to be a long road to hoe here for New Orleans.
Do have the dangerous return man, Aaron Arrington. He did fumble one return and may be looking to make up for that one here as the clock ticks down. They'll have about 30 seconds when they get the ball. Snap is away. New Orleans setting up for the return. Punt return will be fielded at the 10, and that is where Arrington will go down. So with 23 seconds left, they have to drive 88 yards. Sorry, math is not my strong suit.
88 yards in 23 seconds. Another wonderful special teams tackle, open field tackle there by Kai Cash, who's having a good game along with Ethan Kai. They have 3 down linemen.
Need to work the sidelines. No timeouts here for New Orleans. Gold gonna sling one. Pressure coming. Tries to get rid of it. He does get rid of it, so another play will happen, but Mike Fats Johnson brought the heat.
Only rushing 3, and you can't get the ball away. Shows great coverage by the Houston secondary and the linebackers to bring up a 2nd and 10. Only 20 seconds left. They need a miracle here.
Can maybe, if they catch one in bounds, can get up to the line for one more snap, but in reality, you got to get out of bounds if you make a catch. Gold to throw, tries to float one backside, picked! That'll do it! It's all over here, and the winner is Clear. Jacob Clear with the interception, and Houston's going to put this one to bed.
Jacob Clear with the perfect time to get your first career interception in the SFL. Congratulations to Houston. You played a fantastic game beating a decent New Orleans Pharaohs team.
both teams are going to move to 2-4 as New Orleans is going to fall with another loss and Houston is going to improve with a win. And the parity in the Simulation Football League continues.
Yes, both teams are going to be at 2-4, with New Orleans traveling to Sioux Falls next week, and Houston will be interested spectators for the late game as they travel to Charleston next week.
Next up, Baltimore and Charleston, both teams 4-1. Mike Daggs and Matt Wilson have the call right here on 11 Sports. Well, for Andy Hamilton and Gerald Giudice, Gerald, quite the game between these two teams. They gave us a show.
Unbelievable show between these two guys. These two teams. Houston came out after being battered and beaten in the first quarter, came back and showed toughness along with Warren Murray. They're just running over people, refusing to go down, and Houston just kept on the pressure on Xander Gold, forced some mistakes, and Houston comes up with a humongous victory. They needed this victory after that humiliating loss to Baltimore.
In New Orleans, 14 points in the first quarter. Since then, just 3. Houston's defense holds New Orleans to 3 points in 3 quarters, and the Hyenas rally on a 23-3 run to win the game. What a flip in terms of offense.
An incredible flip for the offense. As you said, an offense that really couldn't score for Houston, and a defense who was giving up almost 32 points a game holds a team that was scoring almost 30 points a game to 17. And as you said, only 3 points from the last 3 quarters. Hats off to this Houston Hyena defense. 7 rookies, including Kai Cash. You can't say enough about him. Great game plan by Simeon. Defense comes up big. I think your player of the game has got to be Ethan Kai.
Kai with the 2 interceptions across the board for both quarterbacks. As we look at the stats, Xander Gold, 25 of 41, 2 touchdowns, 5 picks. Kentez Johnson ends 19 of 34, no touchdowns, 4 picks. Warren Murray, also another player of the game candidate, 26 carries, 125 yards, and 2 touchdowns. And DR Sim into the record books as the first receiver in SFL history with 12,000 yards.
That's great. Congratulations to the 10-year veteran there, DR Sim. Great stat, 12,000 yards, an amazing career for that veteran of the SFL.
Still plenty of Simulation Football League action. 6 more weeks to go in the SFL season. You can head over to simulationfl.net to join and hear more about the league, or you can just stay tuned. Baltimore and Charleston up next here on 11 Sports. But first, we have to get to the player of the game. And Gerald, if you had to pick one, who would it be?
I would have to say it would be Ethan Kai Me a River, as you said earlier, with 2 humongous second half interceptions to really put this game on ice for Houston.
And the player of the game is actually Warren Murray. 26 carries, 124 yards, 2 touchdowns, was bowling over people all night. Well, for all of us here from the Simulation Football League, Robert Garrett Jr. on stats, Cameron Irvine in the truck pushing the buttons, Gerald Giudice, and myself, Andy Hamilton, we want to thank you for tuning in. But stay tuned. Baltimore and Charleston are up next. We'll see you in a few.